in. Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Lots to get to today on the show. Anything happened yesterday in the world of sports in Nebraska?
Not so idle chit-chat.
Yeah, not so much idle chit-chat.
Wait a second. I wanted to talk about the gentle rain. Well, drought's over.
What is it, Jake? What is it?
Drought's over.
No, what is the rain?
It's a mandolin rain. You said it was a gentle rain.
Yeah. It's a gentle rain.
I tell you what, this is the rain you hit it right now. March 13, 14?
March 14. March 14.
Yeah.
Okay, I was off a day. It wasn't like I was off a month. I'm off one day. You're like, oh, you're way off. It's like one day. God, stop it. Oh, wow. This is going to get the talk of Andrew.
Oh,
well, his look on his face this morning, the rain was coming down. It was one of
from
joy,
the garage.
From the garage, it was one of joy and stress at the same time.
And terror.
Yes, it's like, okay, this is gonna move things up a lot. So you need a rain like this. Also,
who is Andrew?
Andrew Newton from Newton's Lawn Care, who sponsors Idle Chit Chat, of course.
He does an incredible job. Andrew pulled a funny on us yesterday.
He did.
He goes, hey, could you please text my brother, East Lincoln West, and with the mustache, and he gave us the phone number to text. So me and Jake text him.
We did.
Then we get a message back last night. My bad, sent the wrong number. So we were texting people.
This is true. I have it right here.
It's not his number.
What did you text?
Legit.
We text his wife. They go, someone thinks that I'm Wes because he gave the wrong number.
Oh, he gave Wes's wife's number?
No, he gave
his Andrew's wife's number.
Oh, Andrew's wife.
He's trying to give us Wes's number. He gave us Andrew's his own wife's number instead.
So I did not get to reach out to you, East Lincoln West, with the mustache.
He's frazzled.
Yeah. Well, with this rain coming in right now, this is just the light. What'd you call it?
Gentle
rain.
Gentle rain.
I think is awesome, but also we kind of need a gully washer too.
Do we?
Yeah, we need one.
We need some rain still.
Just to clean stuff off. Just one where it just pours, where you just can't see for about 30 minutes.
A flood would kind of be nice right now to go with the news.
Flood of news.
Anyway.
Yes. On that note, we'll have a quick idle chit chat because of this. Andrew does want you to text Wes. East Lincoln West, it's his birthday today. 40 years old. 40 years old today is East Lincoln West. If you want to, breakers, please text him 402-770-0536.
Repeat that, would you?
He said 402-770-0536. Please shoot East Lincoln West a text wishing him a happy 40th birthday today.
From Andrew.
Andrew at Newton's Lawn Care.
All right. Also, we had a little small situation that Bella witnessed here, a slight meltdown. Jake just whipped something across the desk here.
Talk about this.
It wasn't in anger.
No, it wasn't in anger. I was just trying to help out. You said you needed power for the phone, so I chucked the cord and it knocked Sip's coffee over. Apparently,
but it didn't.
No, it didn't touch anything, and it didn't touch anything, and he had a lid on it.
Yeah,
that's the same.
You said,
so it could have been a disaster. What turned out to be maybe minor. Got a little bit of stuff on his notes, and that was it.
That's
and a little bit on Son of the Platte.
Yep, the book always has to be here.
Yes. Other than that, so no panic. No panic, Rebecca. We're fine.
Everything's good.
Yes, everything's good. There's no keyboards involved.
That is a short version of Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by.
Probably better move on.
Please call or text 402-440-6297. Again, your first application 50% off. When you call Andrew at 402-440-6297. Yesterday, when we were doing this show, I think if I had to do a bingo card of things to expect for the day, I wouldn't have Trev Alberts leaving as AD as one of the things that would happen.
No, me neither.
Yesterday, there was not a single murmur that I know of, or you know of, about any rumors of Trev Alberts being on the move or looking to be on the move.
Nope.
So I wanted,
and he is.
I wanted to start with something today of brilliance that you don't see anymore.
Ooh.
and I say brilliant, people are like, well, wow, that's not brilliant. Just the fact of secrecy is brilliant and bizarre. That this story was, usually you hear something way ahead of time. It was basically he had accepted the job by the time it got out.
You know, the national guys like
Pete Thamel,
they don't do the AD thing. It's all they don't get into it. That's why an AD. That's why it's way more challenging to find out anything. Usually the national guys just break the coaching stuff, but they don't mess with the AD stuff very much.
No, I agree with that. But it's still alarming to me. Wasn't it to you that it just all of a sudden it was just boom? Because it was. I didn't
think about maybe a little bit now that you're mentioning.
So go back. So about 9:30.
Give us a timeline. Jake.
Yesterday morning, I was in a meeting. I get a bunch of texting. What's happening here?
Right.
And I look at my phone. It says Pete Thamel's reporting that Trev Alberts is going to be the AD at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And then there was hours of crickets, of silence, and then right about 5 o'clock, it became official per a press release from A&M, and we saw the email that Trev Alberts sent that he was officially going to make his way to Texas A&M to be the new AD there. That's the timeline from yesterday.
Yeah, the Houston Chronicle broke it. Brett Zwienerman. I mean, he broke it. Thamel didn't break it. Brett Zwienerman.
Okay.
And yeah, I just went home and was eating Cheerios, and Robin and other people were like, "Okay, did you see this?" I said, "No, there's a level of shock." But you don't even have time in my shoes to be shocked. I mean, just get your computer out and start writing. So I don't know. It wasn't a thing. I mean, nobody had approached me and said, "Hey, have you looked into the possibility of Trev going to A&M? There's an opening."
Because a lot of times you would hear something. You'd hear something like, and you might pass it off. I also thought it was very interesting because of Trev being a candidate. Because I would imagine from their side, being Texas A&M, when the name came up, it had to be somewhat of a, why would we even look at this? He's well paid in a Big Ten school where he played football.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a wealth of AD experience.
No.
I mean, at UNO for 12 years, maybe you call that a wealth, but it's not at the highest level. And then he's only at Nebraska for 2.5 years. So I know. I mean, there's a part of me that says, wow, I don't like to say it like A&M couldn't do better than Trev, but I was surprised from that side of it.
Yeah, too. I'm surprised that they're obviously may have floated something, the pursuit of it. It just wouldn't have seen that would be, this is where we want to go with this. Because because you would think there's some recruits, you just go, I'm not just going to, bang my head against the wall. He's from Tuscaloosa. His family played at Alabama. I'm going to try to get in on this guy really hard. And he lives next to the Sabins. It's like I'm not, that's just not one of those things you go pursue. You're like going, just go to the next, because that's not really going to happen.
What about the possibility of Trev pursuing that job hard? I mean,
that's obviously a possibility that it got floated from the other side.
Right. That's what I wonder.
That came out from hey, I have interest in this.
Right.
So that's an answer you'll never know.
Nope.
That's an answer you'll never know.
And if that's the case, you question, okay, what's happening here? Because right now at UNL, they don't have a true president. They have an interim president. So who are you reporting to if you're Trev Alberts here in Lincoln? And what's the timeline, by the way, on getting a true president at UNL? If he was curious about the direction of this university in terms of leadership, you understand if he reached out possibly to somebody else, but again, we go back to yesterday morning. There was no thought that we would come in here this morning after our show ended and we would have this be the topic of the day, that it actually happened. It wasn't just a rumor. It started, it's over, and here we are, and Trev Alberts is no longer at Nebraska.
It came out of the blue. Come on.
Has there ever been a more eye-popping or jolting move ever at the University of Nebraska out of the surprise factor? I mean, it wasn't like
that I can think of.
There wasn't like a time whenever there was a change of major coaching, which would be a Frost, a Pelini, any of those things.
A Frank, a Riley.
Yeah, there was always there was a discussion. There was words out there, and some you might strongly disagree with it. But it was out there.
This was out of the blue.
There's never been one
just
where something dropped, where the shoe dropped, and you're just like, I talked to Jake Sorensen. He's going to be with Child soon after the incoming. After the incoming. And I told him, I had a rough night. I said, because Sugar was up, I was up. So I got up at 2:30. Didn't go to bed.
Yesterday.
The night before.
Yeah.
And so I did something I never ever do. I used to go and work out immediately. Did not do that. Okay. I went home because I was just out. And I was like that, and I fell asleep on the couch. And I woke up to 50 text messages. Just like, going on? What? What's happening? I text you. The first thing I text you, I go, is this real? Yeah, you did. I text, is this real? Don't forget that Jake reported at 4:30. Hang on, guys. Looks like he's staying. He did. I got that text.
No, I didn't say. I said I have a good feeling over that. That ended about 20 minutes later.
Yeah, 20 minutes later, all of a sudden I was in Sam's Club, and I get hang on, bye.
No, just kidding. He's gone. Just kidding. Forget that.
Positivity. So Steve Sipple, this would be for you. I can't imagine what would have happened at this time, because you have to report. You're basically people want you reporting something timely.
It's not that hard, really.
It's timely, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
You said you wrote 4 articles. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot to me.
But the initial breaker's not that. I mean, it is what it is, and from doing these, I've done a lot of them. A lot of the principals aren't going to talk, so you don't. Yeah.
Don't worry about trying to get a quote.
Not too much.
No.
I mean, you could bang. I used to bang my head against the wall on that count, but you don't now. So you're just moving so fast that you don't really have time to worry about anything.
So with that being said, with you covering being the journalist, who is going to speak now? Is it the chancellor?
Well,
there's no president. There's interim president.
There's an interim president
there's no AD.
The interim president released a statement. I don't think there'll be a press conference today. They will have to name an interim AD here shortly, maybe today. But see, that's now, Bill, you got to the kind of the heart of an issue here. The leadership structure at Nebraska is pretty shaky right now.
Explain.
What happened was, remember, Ted Carter set it up with Trev. They set up this structure, this leadership structure, which was a massive change where the AD would report to the president.
Who did he report to prior to?
The chancellor. The campus chancellor, the UNL chancellor, the University of Nebraska Lincoln chancellor. So they changed that, and it was, it just looked perfect. Ted Carter, president, Trev would report to him. Trev loved that. I mean, the admiral was a big reason Trev took the AD job. If you go back to his press conference, he credits Ronnie Green, but then he kind of goes into this, but man, it was Ted Carter, in his leadership, his vision. So Ted was huge. Now, and then in August, Ted announces he's leaving. Okay. So he sets up this structure. It's hard for me not to be critical of Ted Carter. He sets up this structure and tells people, if this is the structure, don't worry about me, I'll be here. And then he leaves. Now, Trev doesn't have a president to report to. And there's a $450 million project that is underway.
Right.
And there's no president. So there's certain things you can't have that can't even happen. So I know there's no doubt he's frustrated. He voiced the frustration to us last week.
Yeah, you talked to him. Consequently, you and Sean Callahan talked to Trev last week.
What was the frustration?
At length, he voiced, it was just a crack, but it was very noticeable. When he said what I'm about to read you, I was like, that didn't sound good. He was talking about the $450 million modernization of a Memorial Stadium. It's still in its planning stages. Sean was asking him, where will, he's trying to drill down on, where's this at? And Trev said this: we're still working on that timeline. There's a lot that impacts it. We don't have a president right now. There's an impact there. It probably would be good for us at some point to get that figured out.
That's pretty strong.
Right.
That's pretty strong.
And the way he said it, it would stop me in my tracks. I was like, Trev,
but is he wrong with that stance?
No,
come on. No. It's embarrassing at this point. It feels a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
So where does the timeline get so jacked up that we don't have a president?
That's where I don't. It's not my area of expertise. I was going to look into that.
It seems like a long time to me.
Yeah, it does.
I think everyone would say
They were alerted plenty ahead of time.
They were alerted in August that he was leaving.
At the end of December.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can have somebody in place by
it's
then, right?
August. You would think what do you think in most cases, October, November, at worst, December, and now we're mid-March?
Mid-March. And even if they could say to Trev, okay, this is what we have this under control. I think it became very frustrating to Trev that it wasn't under control. And it also could be this. Now I don't want to go too far. This is just, you're talking to people close to the situation. It's possible they've identified a president that Trev wasn't comfortable with too. And that Trev was actually comfortable with a certain candidate, and they may or may not go that direction. And he just said, okay, well, I'll go my own direction then. So, and that's possible. Well, I think it's very possible, as a matter of fact. And the Ted Carter, that whole scenario is not speculation. That all happened, and I know had a big impact on all this. So, and then the other thing we talked about off air, and I think this is real. Trev is 53. He's a very ambitious, competitive person, and he might see a bigger picture here. And that is AD at a Big Ten school, now AD at SEC school. The way college football is going right now, we talk about on the show, those two might break off. Who knows what it's going to look like? But if he might want to be a commissioner of some sort. And he's got a hell of a resume. It was a good resume. Now it's a great resume if he does a good job at Texas A&M. And you can imagine in 4 years, age 57 prime, age 58 prime, him being a guy that you'd look at. So he's like that. And we know this. We've talked about it. He had designs on being the college football playoff chief. Yeah.
Chairman.
Yes. Yeah, chairman. So there's evidence, right? So from that standpoint, this stuff makes sense. I mean, it does. It sucks that he was only here for 2.5 years. That's the issue, right? Mm-hmm. 2.5 years. If we're 5 years in having this conversation, it wouldn't be as jolting.
Well, we won't see the project to fruition in terms of the guidance of it, right?
Project.
$450 million. He's leaving before even what it started. Really.
Well, what do you do with that?
I know. Welcome to new AD and president. Here's what you got on your belt now.
Do you do that project?
You would sure think it'd be that would be shelved for a while. Because
I agree with you.
It'd be different if they hadn't actually it's scheduled to be blown up here in about a month. Well, it's not. It's not scheduled to be blown up in a month. It's scheduled to be blown up after the season.
No, and that's what he was alluding to.
And with that doesn't it might just be let's just press pause on this one.
Well, they got to raise $200 million. They got to raise $200 million.
I don't know if we can. We help Davison a lot here with 1890 with the breakers.
Thousands there.
We got some money for it.
We have.
We'll have to have quite a campaign to get that.
No, we got $200 million. That's why this show.
I'm not going to speculate where they're at, but that's a lot. And I mean, come on. Even if they have $100 million raised right now, which I don't think they do, there's still $100 million to go. No. All right. And you're trying to raise money for NIL to pay the players. It's a very, this job at Nebraska is very challenging. It's a really challenging AD job. And I think, go ahead.
He must, his stance on taking the job must be so strong. Obviously it is. It's not just because of job change. It's because of legacy of being a player here and an All-American and a Butkus Award winner that no longer it doesn't exist. But if he comes back in 5 years for something at halftime, that's not going to be one. There'll be people that'll be different. He's not coming back here.
No, I don't think so.
And when you make that decision of that would just certain players, I think, just go through this historically at other schools and just be like, okay, I'm no longer almost welcome.
That's the weird thing. I mean, this is not a Bill Moose who comes in from Washington State. This is somebody that's a legend here on the playing field. First round draft pick, Butkus Award winner. This is an iconic player at Nebraska to depart when you are 2.5 years into what has been a successful tenure. I mean, think about this month, for example. You got two teams, basketball, heading to the dance. Football, it has high aspirations this year in the second year of Matt Rhule. I mean, all the programs are on the rise, and it's just that's why people are stunned about all this. Is that this is somebody that
Stunned.
It is frankly stunning, and people are pissed.
I see a lot of anger, and it's not misplaced anger. It's not. You got to try to understand it from everybody's perspective, and you got to try to understand it from Trev's. I mean, and Ted Carter's.
Yeah, I never push back on anyone's making a decision. I don't. Yeah. I would never. I would never be palms up to Trev and just be like, "Why would you do that?" It's like you make your own decisions, and so I'm never that overly judgmental. Is it stunning to me? Yes, but it's who knows what all the reasons are, and
that's the thing.
You don't know, and also it's not one thing.
No, it's not.
There's no chance. It's like, what is it? It's just one thing.
No,
that's it.
I'd say it's 5.
There's probably several things that just weren't adding up. And it'd be like, it'd start here and it would go to this, it would go to this, it would go to this. Because also, we all know he went from, he's right back in the frying pan.
Yes.
At A&M. Now that's a high expectation.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. That's a place that's not had success.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. They have a lot of money, not a lot of success.
It's just all so money oriented, these discussions. Now, somebody might say, well, Sip, Bill, Jake, Nebraska's got plenty of money. They do. They don't have A&M money. Here's
not even remotely close.
Here's A&M money. The 12th Man Foundation, which raises money for their athletic programs. They have 40 fundraisers. I mean, it's an industry.
Yeah.
I mean,
they probably have what? I mean, who knows? It would be 10 billionaires, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it would be. They just paid a guy $77 million to go away,
and it's not even
$77 million to go away.
That cannot be overstated. I mean, $77 million. See ya.
They have oil money.
Yeah, and all kinds of mineral money. I mean, yeah, it's all kinds of.
What other minerals?
Well, yeah, I just call them minerals.
I wanted to know. I want to know if we could. What other minerals does A&M have?
There's some kind of rock.
What kind of rock do they have?
I think those. That Midwest Bank, those boulders that you talk about.
Yeah, that's
straight from College Station.
Wow, look at a bunch of sand pits down there, getting gravel.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to have to. I think at Nebraska, you'd say you do have to worry about fundraising here. It's challenging. It's a big challenge. I know it is. We know Matt Davis.
Big challenge.
We all know Matt Davis, and he's a premier fundraiser, and he will tell you, even though he makes it look easy, it's really hard. Now at Texas A&M, no, not that hard.
Because when you go through like the obviously what is so great about this state is the heart and soul that there are people. When we got on here, they're like going, you know what? I can give $50 a month. I can do $20 a month. I can do $100 a month, whatever. A&M wouldn't even delve into those conversations hardly.
Probably not.
They don't. It's Nebraskans doing what Nebraskans can do to help, which is so noble.
Yeah,
and
it is.
But at the same time, when you flip it around and look at from where they're at, it's a completely different thing. But I want to bring this up. People always say, "Well, remember the deal with Saban to Texas like 5 or 6 years ago?
That was a rumor. That was a rumor.
And then they get down to actually there's even more than a rumor. There was some actual something there. Anyway, it's like they just need to back the bank truck up with money and just get it. Like they don't care about money. This is I do not believe it's. I think the bonus money that Trev will make is just it's not like. So I went, man. No. I take care of my family.
No, it's not
It's not a money grab. No. It's not a money grab.
Had a big raise in Nebraska.
Yeah, he's getting paid well at Nebraska. He'll get paid better there.
Yep.
But it's not about that. It's about the future. And it's like you said, it's about where do I want to be when I'm 58?
Yeah, 60 or whatever it is. No, this is not. Yeah, he's not chasing money.
He's not chasing money.
It's much more complex. No. And I think the president thing is real. That Nebraska doesn't have one, and that maybe that he doesn't feel like that situation will resolve itself in a way that would suit him or where he would feel the support that he needs as that. Okay, support. Where does he need support? Well, he needs support as that Memorial Stadium project goes forward because the AD is going to be heavily, I'll say, criticized. When you start tearing down seats and people that have been going to games for years and years don't have them anymore. all the vitriol is directed towards the AD. It's a hard job.
Yeah.
It's really hard. He's got to say no to people. He's got to take.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a bear if he doesn't feel like he has the support. That'd be rough. Also, the lawsuit. I mean, the lawsuit. You know that where he's named and Amy Williams is named in the Chuck Love situation. He's going to need support. If he feels like he doesn't have the support of his superiors, that's a tough place to be in. So those things are real. I don't know how much that factors into it. It just depended who I talked to yesterday. I talked to a lot of people. Some said, yeah, absolutely. That's a factor. I talked to an attorney and said, come on. Lawsuits against universities happen all the time. It's not a big deal. So it just depends who you talk to on that.
From the text line, 402-464-5685. As you imagine, a lot of texts coming in. People are obviously upset,
How are they
pissed,
feeling?
stunned. Corey Lincoln, one of our loyal listeners, said, if Trev were to say he left because of a lack of leadership at the top, who would he be talking about? The Board of Regents? Who has failed here? People are mad. Who should they be mad at besides Trev?
Yeah, Regents are a target. Probably a valid target. And I'm going back to Ted too. I mean, I'm critical of Ted at this.
Ted Carter.
I mean, I think now, Bill, I know what you're saying.
Hold it, say, Bill, I know you're going to push back, but I really am not. And I
hate to be critical of Ted, but I think that you would look at that situation and go, man, that was unfortunate. That's a good way to put it. It was unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. It did because you're the one that's been in journalism here in Lincoln for 35 years, basically. Mm-hmm. So what is the reason that we don't have a president?
Well, I mean, now I will tell you this. That's not my cup of tea. I don't.
But who can answer? Who would you even go to say? Guys,
somebody who covers the university.
This has been August.
Yeah.
And in most cases, wouldn't it be a 3-month situation? I mean, I don't know that.
No, I don't.
It just doesn't seem. It seems to me. And you don't even hear a name right now.
No, I don't.
I gave them 4 months ahead of time. I'm leaving. Okay.
Yes.
I will tell you this, full disclosure. I haven't followed the search. Yeah. It's not. I don't cover university politics. I don't cover the administration. I'm a sports writer. In the Journal Star, you have a news writer covering that. So yeah, I don't. Why don't they have a president? You get mixed. And the other thing, Bill, is I asked people that yesterday. You get different answers, so it's hard to say for sure. But they don't have one, and I think they've narrowed it to a few.
Oh, I'm sure they have. They've made progress. I'd imagine it wouldn't be like going, I knew we should have been doing this.
No, it's not that. No, it's not that.
They started the process.
Right. I mean, but anyway, yeah.
You wonder a little bit too. Okay, when the news comes out at 9:30 in the morning. Okay, and it did nothing official until 5 o'clock at night. You had some awareness at that point that something's happening. Did UNL do what they could to keep Trev Alberts? What was yesterday like in terms of internally here, the effort to keep him around?
I think there's some of that going on. Why was there such a delay?
Yeah.
That's because I imagine it was because of that. But again, there's so many of these things that if you're not sitting in the room, I mean, who
speculation.
Oh, trust me, if you're not in the room.
Yeah, there's a lot.
The number of times I've heard things on the radio or TV from places that I was in the room at, and I'm like going, that is 100% false. Didn't happen.
That's why I hate
know.
I hate to speculate.
No idea with what it was. It may have been a situation the whole time where it was like, no, this is completely done. I've taken the job at 9:30, and A&M is just finishing up some of the details with what's going on.
Right.
And there was no conversation.
Right.
There could have been none. Not to say Nebraska didn't try. But there's a chance that they didn't have any.
Right.
I would imagine, like I said, there was a conversation, whether it be yesterday or the day before or something. I imagine there was a conversation with Trev and Tom Osborne. I would sure think that they
I would think so.
that they would have had a discussion the way that relationship is built and what Coach Osborne's done. I'm sure there was a discussion. I doubt it's like going, I don't know. I've never talked to Trev about it. I'm sure Coach probably talked to him.
The one thing I can say that would provide some level of insight is the Houston Chronicle story. Texas A&M didn't want that out. They were going to announce this Monday. So it got jumped. So now you're in kind of a scramble if you're A&M. And that may have
been part of the thing. Right. Is like I said, yes, this is done. Now we have to get everything done. And if you're on the Trev side of things, you want it done. which means I see the contract. I have reviewed the contract. Not like, oh, yes, it's done. I'm taking it. And then all of a sudden, then you're trying to work through it. And you're like going, whoa. I didn't sign up for this, but I already said I was taking the job.
Right. So
And
there could be things going on.
So things, could have happened.
I'm glad you said what you did, though, Bill, about, people want answers in that period of hours where Zwienerman's story comes out and then there's nothing going on and everybody wants answers and they go to you and say, come on, what's going on? Come on. There's probably some high level stuff going on, maybe there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
So
again, because you don't know, because I have, obviously a ton of friends in that world of AD world also.
Mm-hmm.
And that when we'd text back and forth and I text him this was early in the morning after I just found out. I'm like, is this true? And he goes, 100%. He's already taken the job.
Wow.
That was the word going on.
And then I heard people saying he was never taking a job. So there's a lot going on there. You hear a ton of stuff during the day and you don't really know what's true and what's not.
I just think you
have people definitively telling you he took the job. Then on the next text, definitively telling you he was never taking a job. So you just,
it was a mess. Yesterday was an absolute mess. Because like that, because it was all over the map all day.
Well, the next part also is as we'll delve into later, is we've been since August without a president.
Right.
Now we have to get an AD.
Yeah, and I think you have to have a president before you have an AD.
Absolutely. The AD thing will not happen
without a president.
Will not happen quickly.
See, the situation, you got to go back to how they changed the leadership structure. How do you hire a president, or how do you hire an AD without a president right now? The AD reports to the president. Unless you just change that structure back to where it was, which I guess you could do. But see, this is what I'm talking about when I say the leadership structure at Nebraska is sort of asunder right now. You're in kind of this uncomfortable period, and now it's really uncomfortable, and maybe that's a reason. Well, come on, that would be a reason why an AD might leave. If that's a reason, I would say I totally understand.
Yeah, I think the reason is the end game more than anything, where he wants to be 5 years from now.
Yeah, there's reasons, like you said, and that one makes a lot of sense to me.
We'll not know this
ever.
I think you might. It'll be 15 years or retired.
Maybe
15 years. There might be a closure on why it all happened, but that won't be. That's not happening. Some people want answers. There'll be no answers.
Yeah, he'll talk. There's a press conference at 8 a.m. on Monday.
Monday, okay.
Yeah, and maybe we get a little bit more. You'll all read between the lines. We'll see what he says.
We'll have more next on Trev Alberts and the situation on early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather and no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for the Masters in April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, scattered showers likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy too, with an afternoon high around 50. Tonight, a slight chance of showers early, then mostly cloudy and a low around 36. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. We'll see an afternoon high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those magical 2 days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 21st and 22nd at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday and get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Join us on Saturday, March 16th for Taylor Swift Night at the Icebox. We'll be jamming to the best hits from Travis Kelce's Girlfriend all night, and you can be part of the fun too. The first 500 fans in attendance will receive a friendship bracelet, while the first 200 fans will get a Stars Taylor Swift themed poster. Are you ready for it? Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
Back.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Sipple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You can always call or text 402-464-5685. Again, we know it's a very busy time in Nebraska. Did not expect to have this be the news when we left the show yesterday, but that is the case. Trev Alberts no longer the AD at Nebraska. We'll see what the timeline is. Nebraska, of course, does not have a president. You got to hire that before you get an AD. So this could be months. I mean, is that crazy, Bill, to think it could be
I
months?
think you're months no matter, yeah. Before the full-time guy is announced.
Yeah, months.
I would imagine it's going to be sometime in June, I would think. We're talking about months, Steve Sipple, before they name an AD. Yeah.
He's coming back from break here.
I can't imagine it'd be anything earlier than June before they have. There might be some words on who it might be or anything, but that's a long ways away.
That's a ways away.
That's a ways away.
June.
Also, it'd be very. Imagine if tomorrow they name the new president.
Yeah. That's not happening. But
no, but that would be my point. Is the president's not getting announced here real soon either. This is a process that takes a while. How long was it from Moose to Trev?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't. Well, I should be able to figure out. It was not that long because it was early summer when Moose was let go. When he moved on, that was Freudian. But
when he retired, right?
Yeah, and then Trev was named July 14th.
Really?
July 14th. So it wasn't that wasn't that long.
No, that's not a real long time.
But this is different because there's not a president in place.
Yes.
You saw the picture that Sean Callahan posted yesterday, and it's going around. But when Matt Rhule was hired, it's the three guys. It's Carter, it's Rhule, it's Trev, it's Ronnie Green. One guy's left from 15 months ago.
15 and a half months. You're right. 15 and a half months. That's amazing.
What up in 15 and a half months.
It's amazing. Yeah.
To calm the waters, I have an answer.
Ooh.
I have an answer.
Ooh. All right, Bill.
To right away, they have to have an interim AD.
Sure.
They need to have an interim AD, and there's one person and one person only for interim AD, and that's Dennis LeBlanc.
Heard that.
It's Dennis LeBlanc. He has been involved with this, and also he is the only hands-on person that has been there for 35 plus years, maybe even longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has a direct relationship with every single coach because of his academic prowess. He is built to be the person, the voice of reason for the interim. He should be named the interim immediately, and everyone would be on board. The university going, yes, great hire. Whether he's the full-time one down the road, not getting into any of those conversations.
He wouldn't.
But they need someone right now. You hear about John Cook. You hear about all these different people that have come up. I read a list yesterday. It came up on social media. A list of possible candidates. There was 20. They had 20 on the list
for the interim.
No, just for the actual one. But for Nebraska, and if you talk to former players, former coaches, current coaches, everyone would be on board with Dennis LeBlanc. He's the voice of reason right now to have someone in place, because someone has to be in the office. They can't just leave it empty. Someone has to be there. There's that person in that position answers something every day. It'd be like not having a head football coach right now. The team every day comes in, sits down, like, what do we do? I don't know. We don't have a head coach. Should we go practice? What should we do? I have no idea. And so
no guidance here.
So you have to have some form of guidance in this spot. And the person to do that is Dennis LeBlanc, and he would be fabulous, and he could wrap his arms around everything and be a great transition for whoever comes in next, for someone that knows this place inside and out and has the absolute respect of everyone.
And I think he's a supervisor of football too.
He just
got his coffee. I forgot my coffee. It's just sitting right there. I'm not making Bella get coffee. Don't think I'm doing that. Thank you, Bella. It was
there
right there.
Yeah, I got to help him out there.
And also make sure we can work on that NIL for Bella.
That's right.
Also,
we're not forgetting about that.
Bella, you kind of picked a bad time to work on your NIL. All of a sudden, we're getting Bella all lined up, and all of a sudden, we didn't even do breaking news today. It really wasn't breaking, I guess, but it happened yesterday.
I know.
We could have.
Delayed breaking news.
Yes.
Who in Columbus, Bill? Bert has chimed in this morning, before Song of the Day, actually. He says, regarding Trev Alberts, this is a pretty common take on the text line. Bert says, I hope he fails miserably. We'll root against A&M every game, every sport going forward.
Are you seeing
Bert
that?
has spoken. Yes.
Is there a lot of that?
Is there?
Yes.
The part that this is it's like recruiting. When you lose a recruit or something happens, how things flip. I would imagine. I don't know this. What would Bird's take have been at 5:40? He flips back and says, "You know what? I can't do it. I love Nebraska too much. I'm staying."
What would the reaction?
What would the reaction be? Because right now it seemed like the reaction yesterday was, "Why God? Why don't leave?" Then when he left, it was like
good riddance.
It was exactly. It was that. So it's interesting how it can flip so fast.
It's tricky. That's a tricky conversation.
Stages of grief.
I don't know that everybody at 5:00, if they thought he leveraged them, if he was using this as a leverage play, I don't know if everybody would have been excited about that. Oh, he used this as leverage. Okay, well, great. I don't know. That's a tricky one. I heard from people that said, I hope he's not doing that. It's risky business. some people would have said, "Oh, thank God he's coming back." Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Also, when the announcement came out yesterday, there was people that I'd spoken to. They were just like, "He has to take it."
Yeah.
How's he going to walk this back?
Yeah.
How's he going to walk it back?
It'd be
Because
hard.
obviously he was in conversations with him.
Yep.
Right.
Obviously, it's
That's
not,
what I mean.
It's not like, well, I didn't even talk to him. It's like, no, he was in direct conversation.
Oh yeah,
with
there was a yeah.
We need Dennis LeBlanc, people. That's the one. Get on the social media. He is the answer for interim to wrap his arms around everything. Voice of reason. We have a guy right here.
Could he be the president, Bill?
What's
Dennis?
that? Honestly, yes. Honestly, he could duel
right now.
He could duel it up. Yes, he could be the president. Do both. Be the president.
Dennis.
Yes.
Do both.
Yeah.
Let's go, Dennis.
Ask Tom Osborne who he'd want to put in that spot. It's Dennis LeBlanc.
Wow.
That's who he'd want.
Okay, the other thing on the text line is coming that's prevalent right now. So number one is, screw you, Trev, root against A&M. The other one you hear a lot, not surprising, people are going to panic. Well, Matt Rhule's gone after this year. People are always going to go to the worst thing possible in terms of, hey, well, the AD's gone, the president's gone, chancellor's gone. See you, Matt Rhule, after this year. If they get on a heater at all, that's the fear that the text line has right now, and that's going to be
valid. It's valid.
It's fear.
Of course, it's valid. I mean, whenever a coach loses his AD anywhere, it can be tense.
Yeah, AD and president. That's always. We got hired at New Mexico State with Tony Samuel. The AD got fired like a week later. The guy who hired him.
How'd you feel?
Yeah, he's like right away. It's like, okay, I don't think this is
right.
good. I mean, this is the guy who hired us.
I'm not sure it's a good sign
for us.
I think there's certain realities you just have to face. Yeah, that's a reality. They're gone. You talk about that photo with those guys. I mean, come on, go back to what Rhule said. Go back to what Rhule said when he took the job. It was much about the Admiral.
It was Ted Carter. Ted Carter.
And he really wanted to work for Ted Carter. Ted Carter's gone.
But there's one big number out there that might eliminate that problem. What is it?
His money.
The buyout's like $70 million, isn't it?
It's a lot of money.
I mean, so say he's going to leave. Okay.
I don't know what the buyout is. That buyout?
I don't know, but I'd like to. You can figure it out. That's public knowledge. But the buyout, I imagine, would be astronomical. Mm-hmm. You don't get was it an 8-year contract at 10?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
He's in the 10 million range right now.
10 million range. So the buyout would be astronomical.
It would be.
And so it would have to be a A&M-ish type place, Penn State or someplace that would
hack it.
And right now, what would James Franklin have to do next year with a loaded team to get fired?
Right.
The buyout was $62 million for Rhule. Matt Rhule, I'm saying $62.06 million.
Okay.
So that right there should settle that down.
Settle it down a little bit.
A lot. There's not many people are going to be willing to
pay that.
To pay that. The only way it would happen would be if Nebraska made the playoffs next year,
right?
And they went regular season 11-1 or something. Then that could. But if it's a regular season 8-win season, like that.
Yeah, it might not be immediate. Yeah, it might not be an immediate issue, but I think it's an issue. I mean, just because of what we said.
Change is always something. Yeah, it's always
absolutely.
Yeah, the leadership structure's not what he.
Dennis
envisioned.
LeBlanc, people.
Yeah.
He can save the university single-handedly. All my faith is in
Husker
him.
Online sometimes seen an article about Dennis LeBlanc. Huh?
Well, it might be today.
On 3.
On 3, Husker Online.
You've heard the name, haven't you? So,
yeah.
You met him. He's met him before.
Spilled drink on him.
Spilled the drink.
He did. That's why I wouldn't bring it up.
On his beautiful shirt.
He's at.
I saw that.
We're at my daughter's wedding. Sipple spills a drink on Dennis LeBlanc. Jack and Coke on Dennis LeBlanc, the future AD of Nebraska.
And how did he react?
Didn't phase him.
No.
It was not. That's why you need him in this spot.
No, he handles
some
adversity.
guys would be like, "What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Be cool."
Yeah.
He didn't.
He laughed it off.
He laughed off.
And we all 3 saw the moment.
Yes.
I can't
Spilled
forget
it right on his arm. He had a plaid shirt on.
Nice shirt.
Yeah,
very nice shirt.
It was not inexpensive.
Yeah, very nice shirt.
Yeah, I spilled it right on.
You did.
Yeah, Gary Michaels, Clothier, needs to get a hold of Dennis as soon as possible and get him ready because he'll be moving on up.
That's right.
Yes.
You've heard
Clothier.
Song of the day is next on Early Break of the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth, and it's special at Lincoln Industries.
Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the enrollment fee. The next challenge begins on March 23rd. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day. It's not a theme day or anything like that. Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash from 1981. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is a good texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Clearly a theme. What year is that?
1981. Not quite the 70s, but close. Close.
I see it as to me crystal clear walk-up music, but when it's walk-up, you're in for a different night. It's like, okay, this is gonna be a little bit different than what I was planning on, what I was getting myself into. All of a sudden it's like, all right, we're gonna take a turn here, but I like where it's going. It's walk-up music to me.
Okay, then you probably like it. I mean, I don't mind it. It's just overplayed.
Here's a theme today.
Yeah,
you embraced
the
theme.
Clash. I embraced it. What's the one? Don't even know which clothes fit me.
That was a line.
That was a line.
That one.
I thought it was brilliant.
Go ahead.
And the Clash 100% in the Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll
They
Hall
are.
of Fame.
They are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've been there. I saw them like the year they got inducted, basically.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Really?
It was like
they're in.
They had like
Yeah,
a
the
whole
Clash.
floor to themselves. Like, this is weird. Like, the Clash is good, but a whole floor.
Should I stay or should I go?
What do you give it?
What's that? Me, I'm going to give it an 8.4421. Loved it. Not because of the theme, I'd have gave it to you any day.
Really?
Yeah, any day.
It's not pumped up for this, the theme.
What song did you play earlier in the week where it was another overplayed song? It just didn't do much for me. It's quick. It's amazing how quickly
I forgot which one.
Today, yeah,
Wasn't Tom Petty? That was yesterday.
that's
I
an
like
okay
that one.
song. I mean, I like that song in '81. What's the year now? 2024.
Yeah, good job. Get the year right.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Good job, Steve.
I liked it in '81. I'd go 5.227.
So what was the score before the theme then? Are you giving that with a theme score? Or is
You
it,
get,
is
you,
that
get
added?
you get like a 0.2 bump.
Okay, 0.2.
Yeah. I would have gave it a 5 flat.
5 flat. Okay, there's a bump there then.
Bella's going to give it a 7.99.
Low. I'm going 4.1 for Bella.
No chance. She's
Okay.
higher than that. 8.1.
Wow. Okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good
Bill
job.
Renner
That's what I
again.
do, guys.
Bill
I do
Renner
numbers.
again.
I do
I
numbers.
think people will like it. People like
here's some ratings before we move on. Here we go. Sanderson says, very funny. Haha, Jake's 3.7 on that one.
Funny, haha.
Funny.
Sanderson with the hair.
Yep. Let's see, we got Notorious B.I.B. 9.2. Once again, who in Columbus?
Nope. It's only once a show.
For Song of the Day, even?
No, just once
That
a
is
show.
one time.
No,
Okay.
just once
I
a show. We
respect
have.
I thought for Song of the Day.
No,
too.
it's once a show.
I respect that completely.
It's once a show. We don't
My
double bird.
God.
We don't
Well,
double bird anybody.
I can read his text, though.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Bird in Columbus, 9. It's a high
Nice,
score for
nice.
Bird. The high score for Bird.
that isn't I really appreciate that you're sticking to your guns on
You
that.
have to have standards. It's like, are we doing roll call next too?
No,
Is that what
no,
we're
we're
doing?
not. Nope.
Okay, well, so we do that on Friday.
One of the most bizarre moments. Well, it really breaks history.
History 6:45, and Swim says, "All right, let's do roll call." So everybody's at today. 6:45 on a Thursday.
I was confused because usually we don't read a text from Bird until Song of the Day.
He gave that a 9.
Gave it a 9.
Never would have guessed he would
Not
give that.
Bird, not upset with you. Just have rules here.
Corey.
Yes,
I don't
just
see
have
the,
rules.
the Bandit a 4. Someone says very fitting song, 5.69. Sean in Omaha a 6, but he says 8.2 for the situation. 6 normally, 8.2 now. Eric says 9.1. That's high from Eric.
It is.
Bird Mountain says 8.34. Another bird, a different bird.
Different Bird Mountain.
I've never seen that one before. Bird Mountain.
What's that?
Bird Mountain.
It's like Walton's Mountain. What a great show.
Railroader Matt 9.6. Someone says song 7, the timing a 10 for the actual song itself. Mark in Edmonton, Canada, 10. Corey and Lincoln, you want to guess Corey's score?
It's a hard one. I'm going to say low on Corey.
4.9.
I gave it a 7.
He did?
Gave it a 7.
Okay, that's high for Corey.
Gave it a 7. He
never gives decimals.
I got great respect for him.
He never gives decimals. 7 from Corey.
Yes.
That shocks me, actually.
Well,
Bird gave it a 9 and Corey gave it a 7. They're from Columbus.
And you gave it a 5, 5.2.
Yeah, 5.
Bill, higher score.
Yeah, Bill gave it an 8.
We'll get back to Trev Alberts in a second. Before that, I want to mention this at least. So yesterday there was an odd thing in college football. You don't ever see Ohio State and Michigan swap coaches, right? You never see somebody go to the enemy. Well, yesterday, Tony Alford, the running backs coach for Ohio State, bolted to Michigan. He'd been there for 9 years at Ohio State, and he went to the school up north, as they call Michigan at Ohio State, the team up north.
Yeah. So there's a
Kind of bizarre.
couple things with that, which is really bizarre, is that Ohio State had started spring ball and he was coaching them. He was coaching the running backs at your arch rival, and then 2 days later he'll be coaching spring ball at Michigan.
They're loaded at running back, Ohio State.
Also, what's very odd about it is that they have the best running back room in the country.
Oh,
they just got Junkins,
Quinshon
Junkins, and they have Travion Henderson.
And they have Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
And so those are your two running backs. As a room,
why is he leaving?
It's the best.
Why is he leaving?
It's a little weird.
There's only one thing that can be, and this is straight hypothesis by me, but it has to be. It's something contract-wise or something to do that wise, where there was you don't walk away from that at any point in time. So there was something there that maybe he felt future-wise was not as strong, that he was going to be. For some reason, he must have felt that he may not be the Ohio State running back coach next year.
He's
the following year.
Walking away from a national championship contender with a loaded running back room.
Doesn't add up. And and you would think no matter what, it'd be like, I'm just going to stay right here, because the chance that he gets another job is really good, because they're going to win. If Ohio State's not in the national championship game, I'm shocked. I'm completely shocked if that happens.
It's possibly got pushed out.
I don't know if he got pushed out, but there's something askew there. I guarantee he's not sitting on a 2 or 3 year contract and everything's great. I mean, that is bizarro world.
Oh, God.
I mean, as that's probably the most bizarre coaching change I've ever seen.
Very odd.
There's been
it's really odd.
There's been a coach from Michigan that went to Ohio State. Greg Madsen went there a few years ago. Like that was odd too. A little bit. It's kind of that's kind of an odd.
I'd like to have Tony Alford sit right here.
Tell us, Tony, what's up?
and
9 years at Ohio State and you bolt to Michigan.
But even then, Bill knows you might not even get the answer. You know,
and everyone knows right now that how it plays out. But Michigan's losing at least 18 guys to the draft, or 20. Was it 20 who went to 20?
18 to the combine, right?
18 to the combine,
which is amazing. Think about it. 18. Nebraska had none. Michigan had 18 players.
So just think about that. And so I mean they have a good running back. But my point is they're not on a heater, and their schedule is brutal.
Right.
Remember, it's been very easy. Now it's not, and so there's a lot to that.
It's a good job.
Oh yeah, he's going to Michigan.
Yeah, he did the national champs.
He didn't leave to go to Michigan State.
UTEP.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Yes,
UTEP's bad,
but very, very interesting. Very, very interesting scenario. Especially, I just thought it was bizarre that he was coaching spring football at your rival, and then the next week he's coaching spring ball at.
Interesting.
That's
it's very
crazy.
weird.
Hey, mention Dee real fast that she brought in.
Yes, shout out to Dee from Purist Cheese Bread. She brought in a couple of different tubs and crackers from Purist Cheese Bread. One of our favorite sponsors we have at the station. She's providing stuff all the time for us.
I think we benefited also. I think she said, didn't she say that she was on her way to the north end zone to drop some off at Trev
on the way out? Yeah,
but there was no one there.
So we got his cheese spread.
So just whipped over here. So we got Trev's cheese spread, which is really nice. We were going to get some also. It was coming to us too, but we doubled down because Trev wasn't there.
Yeah. That's right. So we got extra cheese bread. Thank you to Dee and Furious Cheese Bread. Available in most local groceries.
And what did she bring?
She brought a couple different baby outfits for our incoming child.
A onesie pajama.
All golf related. All 3 different golf related.
Your daddy's caddy.
Daddy's little caddy.
Yeah.
That's on there. You'll see that one at some point here. Before we get to break, a quick plug. We didn't have Rick Heyman today, but Sartor Heyman Jewelers has their Wedding Band Expo tomorrow through Sunday at South Point Pavilions here in Lincoln.
Big.
20% off with appointment there. They can shop for men's and ladies' wedding bands, also stackable rings and anniversary bands. Wedding Band Expo this weekend, South Point Pavilions.
Mention the ticket, get 5% more.
That might happen.
Yeah, mention the ticket.
Top of the hour.
Rick will work with you.
More with Trev Alberts on Early Breaking the Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go. Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
What do you think of when you hear the chocolate season? Artisan chocolates? Of course. They have the best chocolates this side of the Atlantic. Friendly neighborhood coffee shop? Yup, they're that too. A nationally recognized top-tier brunch spot. Waffle weekends, baby. And the place to grab a gift for literally any occasion? Everybody loves chocolate. See for yourself at the Chocolate Season, 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead online at thechocolateseason.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, folks. Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the Chevrolet and GMC Truck Month is now underway. We've got huge savings in Louisville. Get $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months on select models. Yes, you heard right. That's $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months happening right now at Koppel. So take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit. Stock number G214773.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Thursday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location just opened up end of February at 70th and Pioneers with the wonderful amount of stone there, which you have not seen yet.
Stone and Jordy Ball.
Jordy Ball.
Was a great job by Steve Schindler, Shin Daddy, locking that down. For
God, he's an NIL master. Steve Schindler is.
So Jordine Ball is gonna be in. She's basically working for Midwest Bank.
Basically runs it. She's
not a teller.
No, she's not a teller. No. She's doing loans. She's doing loans, and she's doing loans at 70th and Pioneer.
She knows what she's doing. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Then she can go over to Hy-Vee and sign autographs too.
Yeah,
like at noon.
It's a wonderful place for her to be at. Just
we'll help set that up.
Yes, we will. What does Shin Daddy have going on today in Creighton, Bill?
Well, I don't want anybody to be upset when they come through because obviously Steve's not there today at work.
What?
He's in a motorcade right now, heading down Highway 81 en route to Lincoln. He's directly been asked to come in and discuss who will be the interim.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. Be the AD, and then
he's in a motorcade.
He's in a motorcade.
What is
in a motorcade? Yes, it's 6. It's like it's the Suburbans.
They're whisking
him down here. They picked him up this morning about 6:20 in a motorcade.
He's being whisked.
Yes, he's with Pillin.
He's being whisked.
He's being whisked. He
doesn't drive himself.
No, he doesn't drive himself. Pillin's with him, and they're just talking through some stuff on how they're going to get some things squared away once he arrives in Lincoln. But
he's got it some way. For some reason, he's got a walkie-talkie.
Walkie-talkies are so awesome.
All right, anyway, so he's coming. What's going to happen?
He's just heading down here. He'll be in North Stadium. just to kind of he's just going to
pacing.
He's just going to, and also he's going to address all the coaches. Just let them know that everything is okay. We're okay.
Who's this guy?
Who is this guy? Shin Daddy. He runs the Midwest Bank.
Wait, who is this guy?
Shin Daddy. What kind of question is that? Grease pig contest.
I gotta meet this dude.
He had tanning beds. He did spray tans. Yes.
He's got to meet with the coaches.
He's meet with the coaches today. Yes. So he's been whisked down in a motorcade. He's whipping down Highway 81 right through Columbus right now.
As you might imagine, throughout the first segment, a lot of people said, "Why isn't Shin Daddy the AD, the president?" Yes. This was already discussed. People are like, "We have an obvious answer here. It's Shin Daddy,"
and he's en route. He's en route. It's like it's like on Christmas Eve when they track Santa. Right now, they got a tracker on him. Right now, where he's at.
Shin Daddy tracker.
When he shows up,
just a bunch of big black cars.
Yes,
Suburbans coming down.
Suburbans.
Shin Daddy.
Yes. It's a motorcade.
Yeah, and the windows are heavily tinted.
Tinted windows.
If you see that, it's Shin
Imagine
Daddy.
seeing the window going down and Shin Daddy lows down the Shin Daddy having a cup of coffee. He'd be in a quarter zip.
He's got a briefcase. Nothing in it.
Nothing in it but crackers. Buy some Townhouse crackers. Some
cheese bread maybe too.
All of a sudden, you get a little hungry. I pop open my briefcase and have some crackers quick.
That's all it's in there? Yes.
You said motorcade.
It's important.
Whisked down.
He's being whisked.
So I don't know. We'll look for Steve Schindler at some point today. And then,
so the breakers are on board then.
They're on board.
I should interview Shin Daddy.
You should talk to. Get a hold of him today.
Do a column.
Do a column and say, where do you think we should go with this?
You talk to the coaches. What was the move?
What was the vibe in there? What was the vibe?
Give us the scoop. Come on, we need it.
Yeah.
Thank you to Shin Daddy Midwest Bank for sponsoring hour 2 as always of Early Break. 402-464-5685. Call or text as always. So we've obviously gone at length to the situation with Trev Alberts leaving Nebraska for Texas A&M, and now we mentioned this briefly, but also we got to figure out the timeline here. Now that Trev is moving on, there have been names mentioned out there, as Bill said, a list of 20 out there.
It's a plethora.
Some options for Nebraska. Who do they go to now for AD? Again, we all believe that it has to be president first before an AD happens, right? We all on the same page there?
Yeah. Reminder, no matter what you say.
Absolutely.
I mean, right away, it's like, well, it's a mess down there. They have a brand new chancellor. They have an interim president. They don't have an AD. Everything's a mess. There will be a ridiculous amount of qualified applicants for this job. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's still because it's still the Big Ten. It's still Nebraska, and they have money. When you get to a place where you're just so strapped and every decision has to be made on finances, that's not the case here. So there will be a ton of incredible applicants for this job.
They got to get the kitchen in order and get going on this. Yeah. Get going.
Yeah.
Get a president.
How powerful is the conference? Is this? Where did Ted Carter go?
Ohio State.
Where did the former AD from A&M go?
Ohio State.
Tells you how powerful the conference is. Tells you how powerful it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
they'll get somebody good.
But also tells you this: the power is really based. When you say power, it's based off of one thing. And what is that? There's one sport. It's not fans.
Oh, football.
It's based off of football.
Yeah.
Ohio State was awful in basketball this year.
Right.
And they're not known as a basketball school. No. They're not known. What is Ohio State known for?
Football.
Where did Ted Carter go? Ohio State.
Yes.
Where did the AD go from Texas A&M, who has unlimited budget?
Ohio State.
And so that tells you that the power, and also tells you the importance of one sport. It all rides on one thing. It rides on football. Period. That's where that, especially with how the playoffs are now, everything rides in that spot. So there's no difference here. It's like, it's on the football. It's on the football team to have success, because that is just where that's what's looked at.
It's a weird thing because Nebraska, we see these lists of people mentioned for potential candidates. These are names we already know because it's been brought up in previous searches. I mean, Trev Alberts was here for 2.5 years. Moose was here for how many years? 3 years? How long was Bill Moose here for? 4 years? Yeah. So we see all these names of Jamie Pollard, Iowa State. You see Ed Stewart, a name mentioned in the previous one before Trev was hired. So it's like if you hadn't seen it, if you had an AD here for 10 years, you wouldn't think about any names. But these all sound familiar now because we've already went through this 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, Mac Rhodes came up last time.
The Baylor AD.
Yeah.
Correct.
Who hired Rhule at Baylor? So, I mean, he would make sense. I mean, here's the thing. It's not like these – when you get into this stuff, it's easy to whip out coaches' candidates. It's harder to do with ADs because people don't study ADs. They're
just
you can't even name ADs at most schools.
No.
So yeah, the list. It's not. Who knows what they'll.
The odd thing, I'd like to get Steve's take on this one. In my opinion, even though it's written nationally, it's not a national story. Other people they basically have zero interest in it. I mean, do you remember us talking in great detail when the AD from Washington left a year ago to go to USC?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No. Even Ross Bjork wasn't.
That wasn't.
No, we didn't talk
no one
about
here
it.
cared. Not one person cared.
No. It's
in
AD.
this state. It's an AD. He went from A, and it's like you're right, like going, huh? And that was it.
No, you don't even.
That's what's going on nationally with this job. It's The only place that there's an interest level is here. And that's how AD jobs are. It's a different. We'd all have more interest in who's the new head football coach.
Oh God, yeah.
But
and
still not
more
as much,
expertise on it.
But still not as much. Was it? We'd have I mean, what did we talk about the new head coach at UCLA? A month ago.
Sean Foster.
Yeah. What did we talk about it? About 5 minutes.
It wasn't a very long conversation.
No. So a lot of those things don't. So this was the same way. It's the news in this state is ginormous, but it's not big anywhere else. And the thing that is, it's all because of Trev's history here. And obviously things were trending very well here. A Buckus Award winner, an All-American player. But I would say this, and it might be simple. Would this upset Huskers? But if I would say if the AD at Montana, he's the AD at Montana, the sitting AD, and he gets offered, like, hey, you got 2 jobs right now. Tomorrow, take one of them, Nebraska or A&M. Who's he take?
Probably A&M.
I would think it'd be. I would think if you resoundingly, I think it would be A&M. And so that's odd, but it's true. Everybody you would talk to would be like, well, yeah, why would you not take the A&M job? It's always based off of one thing first, and that's that they have unlimited cash.
Yeah.
But that's how the job's looked at nationally. It's looked at. So when nationally, when Trev left Nebraska to A&M, nationally they look at it as a step up. And unfortunately, that's how it's viewed. Not saying it is.
Right.
I'm just saying that's how it's viewed.
But this is where it's different, though. Is that when Bill Byrne leaves for A&M? Okay, it was a step up from Nebraska. Would you big step up back when he left for A&M?
So, yeah.
Okay, but if this was anybody that didn't have Nebraska ties before, if this is let's say the Montana AD goes from Nebraska to A&M, not a huge story. We understand possibly.
Absolutely.
Okay, this comes back to that. This is somebody that you were surprised he would really ever leave unless he's going to be a commissioner somewhere because it's Nebraska through and through. And so that when you try to attract a new AD and also a president in this situation, and this guy has left, it was kind of a person you never thought would leave unless he was going for a massive, bigger than AD role.
Which is
that's where all this speculation comes in, saying how attractive is this going to be compared to if it was Montana guy going from Nebraska to A&M. It's a Nebraska guy.
He was so adamant about going that it was worth wiping out a lot of his legacy here. Never is going to be taken away from him what he did on the field, but in the fandom, it's way different. I mean, would you agree with that, Steve? If all of a sudden Trev just comes back 2 years from now and just can come back to Lincoln and hang out with some friends,
it's gonna be tough.
I mean, it's
gonna be tough.
When you leave, like I said, I don't know where you'd ever say this. Where probably the one that came up might have been where Deion Sanders said, I'm not a Florida State Seminole.
Yeah.
Remember he talked about that?
Yeah.
He talked, that was one that was like, whoa, that was different. For me, you heard about that. And I don't even know if their fans look at it that way.
I don't know.
I think their fans are still, that's prime time. He's a Florida State guy. Why he said it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it does when Trev decided to leave here, he knew that the pushback would be monumental.
He had to know.
He knew that.
Yeah, he had
and
to
also knew that God,
because it's only 2.5 years.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Byrne was 9
years.
It was 9 years.
A very good tenure, by the way.
Didn't he? What did he win? 3 national championships.
Sure. Yeah.
Was he here at 97? The 97.
Yeah. He was
absolutely.
Yes. So I don't know when he left.
Yeah. No, he didn't leave till 2002. He was here 9 years. Trev was here 2.5. That's just that 2.5 is what people have a hard time reconciling. Now we talked about the whole first hour, the whys. So I can understand it. It's just I wish it would have been more than 2.5 years. It's like a blip.
Yeah.
That's a blip. I mean, that's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a lot done in 2.5 years, but no, I mean, that's the hard part. And you're right. He obviously he can't really afford to care what people think.
No, that would be for most people. That's what also kind of amazes me. I don't know if it just took myself, if I'd be like, I couldn't do that because it would just wipe out all my time.
I don't know how you look at that.
People will view
everybody's different.
There'll be some that don't. There'll be some that going like, no, he made a business decision. He played here. He was this, and be very logical and just say, no, I'm fine with him. I'm fine with he was a great player here. I'm fine with his legacy. That's what it is. But it's a hard one when people, when the people come back and they're just legendary people. It is hard right now.
Well, I guess. I mean, can't you look at it like he has aspirations? There's nothing wrong with that. And
no, I don't look at that.
His aspiration. I know you don't. Yeah. His aspirations don't necessarily fit with what we want. What we, the collective people of Nebraska. It didn't. His upwardly mobile trajectory didn't work out for us, but it's working out for him. He got a good job. If he's really has designs on bigger picture jobs, like, maybe like a commissioner of a,
there's going to be a commission
conference. Yeah.
There's going to be
and he would have a shot at it.
Yeah.
He would have a shot at it. I mean, look at his resume is incredible. It's incredible in a lot of ways. Now, in some ways it's not great because there's some things that happened at UNO that work against him for sure. I mean, that report that came out a few months ago.
There's a high level of hatred
at UNO too
for some people that with programs cut and different things that happen. There is a
sure, but you look at his resume. AD at a Big Ten school, a powerful Big Ten school. AD at a powerful SEC school. I mean, go back to what he did at ESPN. He was damn near Kirk Herbstreit. It was going to be between Herbstreit and Alberts for the face of college football. Okay, and that's why he left because he thought he should be Kirk. He thought he should be Herbstreit. So think about he's an extraordinary in front of a camera. He's a great communicator. He'll have a shot.
So do you think it's I don't think it's out of the question to say, okay, where can I be a commissioner at? I want to be the commissioner of the SEC.
Or what I'm
Greg
thinking
is
what I'm thinking is if they break off, we don't know what college football is going to look like in 4 years.
No, we do not.
No, there'll be a commissioner, like we said.
Some sort of leader, right? That might be Trev. He might be thinking that. It's not, we're not pulling this out of a hat or just out of the air. We know that he was interested in the chairman of the college football committee.
That's one when you
playoff committee.
When you're the chairman of that, you stay as a standing AD. Whoever's had that position in the past, whether it be Arkansas AD, the different ADs that have had that title, they still stayed in position though to do that. So I would imagine if he would have won that, he would still be the AD here. If he was the chairman for the
chairman, the guy that they had running it was he wasn't AD. He just did that. Now I don't know which job exactly Trev was angling for, but I don't know if he would have been the AD. I think he would have left the AD position. Anyway, so I think this Trev has aspirations. I mean, and I think that's a big part of this. I don't think it's like you said earlier. It's not the only part. I think there's several factors, and we may not know all of them ever.
It would be a way different vibe if he left to be the commissioner of the college football playoffs compared to going to a different
100.
school. If he leaves, everybody's going like, I get it.
Sure.
He would still have his legacy here. Yep. They'd be like, I get it. He wants to be. I see why he's doing that. It makes sense.
I think so.
I think you have. There's just such a hard time with someone choosing a different school over yours when you're a Nebraska fan, and I agree with it. And I know, and I'm with the fans.
Should you feel jilted? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, the fans certainly are. If they should or shouldn't, they are jilted right now.
Yeah, and I get it. I'm having a hard time reconciling my brain just because it's only 2.5 years, and all the things he has said about loyalty and the family, and maybe that doesn't really matter that much.
There's never a great time to leave in this role. I mean, but like you said, now March and April are huge months for this university with Nebraska men's and women's basketball going to the tournament, with spring football getting underway, and all the hype for the spring game with Dylan Royola, and just year 2 of Matt Rhule. It's horrible timing for Nebraska, because this is right now a very positive time. We're all in a great mood. It's been a great mood in March. Usually it's, oh God, well, Nebraska, are we going to fire Horvath? We're going to fire the head coach. No, there's no talk like that. It's frankly positive right now.
Yeah.
And this came out of nowhere to kind of damper the month.
But what I think that come Friday night, you can kind of start to put it behind you a little bit, right? And Friday night,
when Nebraska plays against in the Big Ten tournament,
it'll still be fun. I don't know. The news cycle moves fast. People move on quickly these days. I don't know. It's just you're right. It is rough timing. I just keep going back to 2.5 years. That's all he could give us. 2.5.
In the first sporting event post Trev Alberts leaving, Nebraska baseball got waxed by Wichita State 9-3 last night. 9-3 in Wichita. Split the series.
Are you trying to say?
No,
are you trying to say curse?
No,
are you
not
trying
curse.
to say it? But a curse.
No curse.
Jake, I'm not well. I'm not well. I'm going to cut off my nose.
I'm fine. Does that point that out?
Yep, my nose.
I've cut my nose off because of the allergies.
Meltdown coming.
Yep.
I'm not
My
well.
He told us
are off.
yesterday, I go, Jake, how are you doing? He goes, I've been staring at a wall for an hour. I have the text.
An amazing text.
I have the text.
I actually was. I had a meeting at 9:30, and then I walked back to the station, and I sat back in my cubicle as this all was unfolding. I just I stared at the wall for like an hour, trying to put it all together.
Yeah,
that was not even a joke.
I think a lot of people were. It affected work days yesterday.
People were throwing.
I made right away when it came out. I'm quoted in threads where I said, I go, it's not going to happen.
You did say that.
I go, he's not going. He's not going. There's going to be, especially when it wasn't something where silence happened. I'm going, okay. What I felt was, and have no knowledge of this, I felt that the one person saved the day, and that one person was Coach Osborne.
Yeah.
So I figured that maybe he had the conversation with him, because we all know that they had to have talked.
There was a great text in our group chat yesterday. Just one from Bill. He said, if I got the AD job at Nebraska, I'm still doing an early break.
I did say I was
Hey, boy, Bill.
I did.
You could do it.
AD Bill is still on the radio.
You'd be tired, though.
I'd be tired. It'd be a lot going on. But I did say if I get the interim or the full time, that I will keep doing the show. And I just think that was important.
You just give us the inner workings of everything. Hey, come on, Bill. What's the scoop?
That'd be the best that coming in every morning. You wouldn't believe what's going on in baseball today.
Boy, we got a situation going on now. Before we get to break, a quick plug. Beck's Hybrids, the largest independent family-owned seed company in the USA, founded in 1937. Beck's Hybrids provides unrivaled customer service and product diversity for both corn and soybeans. A company founded on faith, family, and farming. To find your nearest Beck's Hybrids representative, head over to beckshybrids.com.
If you try to get a hold, I talked to Trevor yesterday. If you're trying to get a hold of him today, he'll not be available because he is on a plane. He has to go in front of Congress.
Trevor Alberts?
No,
different Trevor.
Different Trevor from Beck's. And
Trevor from Beck's.
He has to go and speak to Congress because of their ridiculous rewards program.
Oh,
because things are like the gifts that are just flying out the door for anyone who becomes a Beck's customer is so outstanding that they feel that once again that the feds will have to get involved.
He's being probed.
Yeah, so he will have to take a lie. He has to take a lie detector test today.
Well, can
in DC.
Can Shin Daddy step in?
Shin Daddy could step in. He could sell some seed. But anyway, so if you guys are looking for Trevor, he's taking a lie detector test in front of Congress today about their rewards program.
It is a probe.
Yeah, that's a probe. That's it. So it's going deep. And guess what? He says, bring it on.
Yep.
Bring it on. We're family owned.
Yep.
We're Sonny Beck. That's who we are.
Yep. The corn super hot.
BecksHybrids.com. Bill's Thrills is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics. your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the pursuit of justice for those that have been injured. My name is Eric Hagan, attorney with Liberty Law Group. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call 877-42-LIBERTY. Our detail-oriented trial attorneys are committed to the highest quality legal representation. At Liberty Law Group, we will fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Once again, that's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com. Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in March. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. For lunch, try the salmon panini with provolone, sesame oil, and tomatoes on a ciabatta roll with bagel chips. Perfect for Lent. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Join us on Saturday, March 16th for Taylor Swift Night at the Icebox. We'll be jamming to the best hits from Travis Kelce's Girlfriend all night, and you can be part of the fun too. The first 500 fans in attendance will receive a friendship bracelet, while the first 200 fans will get a Stars Taylor Swift themed poster. Are you ready for it? Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
Attention all Nebraska basketball fans. The NCAA tournament is coming soon, and Nebraska looks to be on its way to their first appearance in 10 years. Better Tree Removal wants to celebrate the occasion and any possible success in the tournament by offering a deal. If you're in need of tree removal on your property, call or text Todd by March 20th. If Nebraska wins the first round game, you'll get 25% off the bid. If they win 2, you'll get 50% off. You must contact Todd at 402-780-1377 before March 20th.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, scattered showers likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy too, with an afternoon high around 50. Tonight, a slight chance of showers early, then mostly cloudy and a low around 36. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return. We'll see an afternoon high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This
good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Zip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will get to Bill's Thrills in a second. Before that, speaking of Bill's Thrills, I mentioned before we went to break, Phil says on the text line, dear God, could you imagine Bill's Thrills if he was the AD? Yeah. Especially the bugaboos,
the things that bother me today.
It'd become national news.
Yes.
It'd become national news.
AD of Nebraska.
I'd have to write it.
Yeah,
as I'm sitting here.
We're
really awkward.
What's bothering Bill?
I sip feverishly. Well, because Bill just went off. He's the AD.
Is the AD on something? Could happen.
On some things.
On some things.
Would you have a motorcade?
I'm trying to get some scores from last night, by the way, in the Big Ten tournament. We had.
Why was the Michigan game not on TV?
I think was it on Peacock? I think it was on Peacock.
Okay, because I couldn't find it.
I think it was on Peacock. Seriously, yeah. I think it was on Peacock. Maryland beats Rutgers 65-51.
Wow.
Maryland's alive.
Maryland's alive. And Penn State beats Michigan 66-57. So the Wolverines end with 8 wins, 9 straight losses to close the year.
There'll be an announcement today.
There probably should be an announcement
one way or the other, right? Yes, he's back next year,
keep him.
Or he's gone.
How do you keep
That'll be announced today.
I'm away. How do you keep him?
There's no way. It's a proud school. They won 8 games total, and they ended a 9-game skid to close the year.
You know, when we were talking about off air about the Big Ten not being very good at basketball. Yes and no. Like Maryland Rutgers on a Wednesday game. What seats 13, 14, whatever that is.
12-13.
12-13. Those teams aren't that bad. They're not that bad.
I don't know about that. I'm going to push
Maryland. Maryland's had some ups and downs.
Maryland's had at least
they got Jameer Young. They got some dudes.
Rutgers won like 2 or 3 games in a row in the middle of the year, and everybody goes, "Hey!"
Yeah, then
but I'm just going. I like what I watch. They're not. They have a roster. It's not bad. I don't. Yeah, the Big Ten's an odd conference to me.
Today in the Big Ten tournament, 4 games: Minnesota, Michigan State. That's 11 a.m. Maryland, Wisconsin follows around 1 p.m. Ohio State, Iowa at 5:30 on BTN.
Good one.
And the nightcap, Penn State, Indiana, 7:30.
Penn State, Indiana. Yeah, Penn State, Indiana. Winner plays Nebraska.
That's right.
Could you imagine how much fun that'd be today to be in there for the entire day?
Stop.
I would love to be at those games.
Look at
I would.
He's trying to get you, isn't he?
Rub me in. Rub it in. Rub it in.
Hey, you're supposed to be there. Why are you not there? Something happened?
Yeah.
Are you not going at all?
I don't think so.
Because of the situation.
Yeah. You could go to Friday's game. Yeah. Come on. Just don't go today. Come on.
I couldn't imagine how much fun that would be to sit there and watch 4 games.
Rob and Washington will have a good time.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
What if I drive you up tomorrow?
Well, here's the thing.
Are you going, Jake?
I thought about going tomorrow.
He'll drive you. How much fun?
We'll can't go today.
We'll do a group text.
Yeah.
We'll do a group text.
Do a trip to Minneapolis.
Yes.
Sean's on vacation. Sean Callahan. So we're down.
We're not going to have an AD by Friday or this weekend. Come on.
That's true.
Think about it. I'll drive.
What? There's nothing more to really write about.
Yeah, it's been written.
But you can't. It can't go dormant. I've been through this in the business. You can't, like today. We can't just have nothing. There's got to be, even if it's not very good.
I said tomorrow though. Today you can't.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It's not.
I said tomorrow.
Right.
Also, we didn't throw this out at all, which is a big error by us. We know that Trev has told Jake that he's a listener, right?
I think so.
He
has told that. Yeah. I talked to Trev.
To Trev. He goes, "No, I listen to the show all the time."
He has said
so.
that.
If you're out there, we'd love to talk to you.
Trev, come on. Hey, come on. We got a spot for you right there.
He wants to
come
call
on,
in.
Trev.
He wants to call in.
Friends.
We'll
call in.
Call in. We'll take
a
the call.
friendly conversation.
We'll take the call.
We friends.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for Bill's throws. Right?
Yeah,
Bill's
we
throws.
better-
Viewership would go way up.
It would.
It would.
It would.
We had Trev on.
It would go way up.
It's already way up.
It'd be a fun conversation. Come on, we wouldn't.
Would
grill
it be a fun
him.
conversation?
We wouldn't
though?
grill him. We'd having a good time. All right, let's get to Bill's throws. Here we go on a Thursday.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is it gonna be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, Bill's Thrills, as always, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln, 402-730-7387, or stop by 27th and Old Cheney to see them today. Bill, the floor is yours.
Appreciate that.
Are we doing
Appreciate
parenting tips today?
We have cool parenting tips, and and honestly, it's so simple. It's so simple because I wrote this down. I believe it was President's Day. But this ties into where we are right now in spring break.
Oh, spring break.
Spring break is going on right now. I know that because there was a bunch of high school freshman girls that were just giggling loud from the basement last night because Gigi had a bunch of friends over. Because
were they Apollinaires?
It was these were not. These were friends from different schools. There was one Apollinaire there from other school. This is from True Dance. So that was the company.
The Academy?
True Dance Academy. Is that right? Could be an academy.
Yeah.
Like that. But anyway, the thing that comes up with me right there is to work with your kids to I can't even talk here, to create is grandparents glow. Grandparents glow. I was at Genesis the other day for my workout by the mall.
Getting fit.
By the mall, getting ripped
Westgate.
up.
Westgate.
Yes. And this girl came in, young girl, I would guess her maybe 3rd to 4th grade, maybe even 5th, with her grandma.
Oh.
And they did chair aerobics together.
Oh God.
And that grandma was so excited. They come in, they all know each other. They all come in. So I talked to them all.
Yeah.
I talked to them all as they're getting in. They're getting their chairs set up and stuff. I always wave. One time we had to haul chairs across to a different room and it was super cold out, so I helped them carry the chairs.
That was kind of you.
But anyway, and so she's in there with her, and she got herself set up, and she did the whole workout that her 78-year-old grandma was doing.
That's beautiful.
And she was aglow.
That's beautiful.
So public time with grandparents. Yes, sometimes I went fish with my grandpa. I did that, but being out publicly with them, they are so proud.
They are.
It is the proudest moment. Grandparents and with their grandkids. So the grandparents glow is what I want to promote for you with your youth today, and how important it is to, and then go do things with them. And it's spring break, and now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
But that chair aerobics changed my life.
How long was the session?
Oh, it's an hour. It's an hour. She did the whole thing, did the whole workout.
Chair
Chair aerobics.
I find that if I pay, the grandkids are much more apt to come around.
Like that's not a bad thing.
Dinner's on me. I'll be there at
It's
7.
not bad either. But how exciting! So
It's usually
So I grew up with my grandparents in town, in Pender, and so I was there all the time. And they were that was their heaven to have grandkids stop by, or to be out in public with them. Be with them in public doing something, and they would just be like that. They'd be so excited. And God, it's a game changer. It's a game changer for those grandparents to be around them. So. Grandparents glow.
That's a beautiful picture of that girl with her grandma.
I texted to myself back in February.
Okay,
and
that was a long
time ago. Then it hit me with spring break. I go, this is your time to make this happen again. And it was just an incredible thing. And it made my day.
Do you do chair aerobics?
I do not do chair aerobics, but I think I'd like to.
We're about at that
point. It's also, and I tell you one thing, there's a hierarchy of what goes on in that room. Because when I get there, the class starts at 9:30, and so, but there's people getting set up with their chair and their little weights and all that stuff at 8:30. Like, this is my spot. They always go to their same. So I can name where everyone's at routine. In the room. They are in the room where they're at, and there's no switching up.
Switch it up.
You think if you took their spot, they would say something to you?
I think they would.
Excuse me.
I think they would say something. I think they would say something.
Switch it up today.
Yeah.
From the text line, a subpar hacker, must be a golfer here, chimes in saying, we are taking our 8-year-old grandson for spring break to Branson for the 3rd time. We all love the time together.
Oh, that's great. And they'll be aglow. They'll be aglow during this time. They will be. Oh,
It will be.
okay.
No, we got it.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
They'll be,
Watch
be aglow. Anything else in the text line, Jake?
Someone says, on the money, Bill, you made my day. We're fortunate to have 5 grandkids in town. That's Pete in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Chattanooga choo-choo.
Chattanooga.
Tennessee, yeah. Pete in Chattanooga.
Yeah, it is. It is a fun time.
Several people saying the same thing. It's nice to have their grandkids in town. They take that don't take that for granted.
Oh, I've
It's
always
very
said,
often.
no matter what, you want to live where there's at least one set of your grandparents, because it's different when you see them daily, or throughout the week, or when you're just like, oh yeah, go see Grandma at Christmas. We're gonna be there for Thanksgiving, and then you take off and you head back to Palm Springs. It's like, okay, my grandparents are awesome. When you spend every day with them, like my 3 nephews went to my parents' house, their grandparents' house, every day.
Really?
Every single day they went there. And and they took over, like they went to like daycare till they were like maybe like till like even kindergarten. After that, they reported home. They went to my grandparents' house as they went and walked home on their own. Kindergartners walked down to Ron and Sharon's. Like that. Walked down to Ron and Sharon's.
Scaper says, I love having my grandparents close. Grandparent time is key. Also, I don't mind date night with the wife for that. LOL.
Yes.
Drop the kids off.
LOL.
LOL. Drop the LOL on there.
Laugh out loud.
And our last text says bleep Trev on the text line. Bleep Trev.
Feelings are hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feelings are they're real.
That's right.
They're real.
That's Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows at Lincoln. 402-730-7387.
Say that one more time.
402-730-7387.
Thank you, cash cows.
They're the cash.
The most incredible story out of Nebraska sports ever, in my opinion, as far as being a drop. Where all of a sudden it's just like I said, you're just all of a sudden just going through Starbucks. All of a sudden, what's going on here? Huh, this is interesting. Our AD who played here just left to go to A&M.
Who showed no signs of
no signs of that. Nothing, no signs of anything. The only sign was, and the guy who nailed it was our journalist right here.
I didn't nail it.
Yes, you did too. You nailed it with when you found that. Well, we'd like to get that straightened out. Was having a president. You found that. And you were there. You were there for it. They were talking
That's right.
to you.
That was last week. You talked to
You
Trev.
were the one talking to Trev.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You broke the story.
No, we didn't break the story.
Yeah, but in essence, you did.
You said it caught your eye.
You said right away, this caught my eye.
Oh, it was very.
Yeah.
It stopped me in my tracks when he said it the way he did.
What if you just said the next day, wouldn't be weird to me if he's on the move? What if you just said that?
You could have been, the man.
I had no inkling.
No, you had an inkling. That's all. You had an inkling. You were on it. You knew there was trouble. You knew there was stuff going down. Yeah.
I wish I would have. There were people, like national type people, that were saying, "Oh yeah, this was brewing behind the scenes." I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I didn't,
where you at, man? Come on, you tell me.
I didn't hear a
Hook
thing
a brother
about
up
it. No,
here.
I didn't hear a thing about it.
Nothing. That's why it's so remarkable. Everything else was a lead up. Every other big story was there's a major lead up.
Often there's a lead up.
There's a lead up to it forever.
They let you down. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now. 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. You guys are 2-1 on the week.
Yes.
2-1. Going for a winning week. Throwback
Let's
Thursday.
just do it right now.
How about Nebraska ball, NCAA tournaments of the past? Who did they play in these years? I'll give you the year, the score, what seed they were. There's 7 options. There's 7. They've made it 7 times.
What do we got to name?
You name the team they played.
Okay.
The team that they played against. They have made it 7 times.
This is going to be embarrassing.
This is a process of elimination on this, basically.
This is super embarrassing for me.
I'm not going off of 30 appearances. It's 7
because
appearances.
I was around.
Let's see how you do.
I was around.
Nebraska ball,
I wasn't around.
NCAA
You were around.
appearances of the past.
You have an excuse.
464-5685. Shut up, Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Takedown Sip and Trivia again. Today's topic is NCAA tournament appearances by Nebraska ball of the past. They've made it 7 times. What teams did they play? I'll give you the year, the score, the seed that Nebraska was, the seed they lost to. So everything but the team itself. And you're concerned
There's
about
Mo
this.
Iba involved.
I cannot.
I know that one. I know that one. I do know that one. I just want to do some pre-damage control. Remember, I'm mostly a football writer.
Yes.
And I wasn't covering basketball for a lot of those.
I feel like we're going to get all these right today.
Okay.
I hope so, at least. All right, we got.
I know 3 of them.
We got Derek.
I know the one when I was here, and that's it.
Derek in a car. How do you feel about Nebraska ball in the tournament in the past? Who they played against?
Well, I'm pretty sure I can answer one question.
Okay.
7.
This is Derek.
This is Derek in a
This
car.
is Derek. You used to call all the time, Derek.
Steve, I retired last May, so I'm on a new sleep schedule now. But thanks for recognizing that. I do listen to you guys, but usually the second hour now.
Okay. Well, we appreciate that,
You
Derek.
do a podcast also if you
He's the
want.
podcaster.
You used to call when you were whipping up 77, right? Or whipping down 77.
Whipping northbound 77, usually about Cortland or Princeton. I'd hit you guys up.
Yeah.
With some good info.
Yes, we appreciate that.
In a motorcade.
Hey, about Trev Alberts, too. Remember, he's got a son in the Army, and maybe he got orders to Texas or close by. So you got to realize there could be some other dynamics with Trev.
There's a lot going on with
Sure.
it. It's not one thing. We have that one thing we do feel solid about.
All right. All right, Derek. Sip has a lifeline for Bill for one question as always. Derek, first question goes to you. What 8 seed did 9 seed Nebraska lose to 67-59 in the 1986 NCAA tournament?
I got that.
1986.
Yep.
Let's see.
You need to get that.
I was in the Middle East, so I don't remember that one. I'm going to say 10.
No, I remember this one because right after the game, Mo Iba handed the AD his resignation letter.
Classic.
Yeah.
Hand it to Bob Devaney.
Handed a resignation letter. Right on the court. Right on the court.
I'd like to see that.
After they lost to Western Kentucky. Brilliant! I love Mo. I loved him.
I'm done here. Amazing. 1-0 lead. Sip, Bill's in play for you. Here, first question. What 7 seed did 10 seed Nebraska lose to 93-79 in the 1993 NCAA tournament?
I got it.
I think I got it. I don't think I want to use you. This would be bad if I. Okay, so what 90?
1993. Nebraska was a 10 seed. They lost to
I
this
got it.
7 seed.
Okay, I'm going to use you.
Okay, I think I got it. New Mexico State.
Ooh, I would have I would not have got that.
Don't say what you would have said because it could be the next answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I would not have got that.
You got to stay alive, Derek. You're down 2-0. Last question. What 6 seed did 11 seed Nebraska lose to 74-65 in the 1998 NCAA tournament?
You have to know this one. 98.
Yeah.
98. That's a tough one. I'm probably going to go back to my old standby, Matt Maloney and Penn.
I thought that was right.
The answer was Arkansas. Okay. Arkansas. So Derek.
Oh, Nolan Richards.
Yes.
Nolan Richards. Yeah, that's right.
40
Okay.
minutes of hell.
Derek, we'll get you a bagel and a coffee. Thanks for calling in, and call in down the road.
Thank you for calling, Derek.
Thank you, Derek. Derek is gone.
I watched that game in a bar in Storrs, Connecticut.
You did?
Yeah. Because I was covering the Nebraska women's team played at UConn.
Really?
That year, yeah. And I was covering that. And I mean, the Journal Star, we used to go everywhere. And I went to cover the Nebraska women. They played UConn when UConn was, at its
humming.
Really humming.
Gino.
And
Ariema.
And so after the game, me and Liz Merrill, who was the World Herald writer, went over to a bar and watched that game. So I do remember that one. But that's an example. I wasn't covering it. I mean, I wasn't.
Big win for us.
Tiebreaker, Bill. You're the king of these.
You got New Mexico State. Were you here at that point?
Yes. I watched the game at Barry's.
Did you?
In the Outback. In that back. That's where I watched it at. A lot of excitement, big buzz. They went. They ran us right off the court.
93 points.
Yeah, they ran us. They dunked on us. They ran up and down the court. It looked like we looked like a JV team that day.
No.
We did. It was like that. It was just up and down. The finals by like 90.
Yeah, it was
93-70.
93-79.
Yeah, it was never
Lost
a
by
game.
14.
Change the subject.
Okay, this is for Bill, tiebreaker. Nebraska has made the NCAA tournament 7 times. How many times have they made the NIT?
That's interesting. That's a hard number.
7 times for the NCAA. How many times in the NIT?
11. Probably high. 9. Going 9. Going 9.
I'd still say a little high.
How about 19? They made the NIT 19 times.
Kings of the NIT.
Yes.
Kings of the NIT.
They've been the Final Four.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was looking back. I forget the first year.
Red, white, and blue ball.
Yeah. And Stan Cloudy.
Yeah.
Remember Stan Cloudy?
Yes, I do.
Had a good game in there. He had a good game in the Garden.
The red, white, and blue ball made it.
Jake, they used the red, white, and blue ball. I think I was watching that red, white, and blue ball on a black and white TV.
Yeah. I didn't write down what the year was. The first time they ever played, they gave up like 111 points in their NIT game in lot. The first ever appearance, they gave up 111 points, like to Marshall or something like that. Way back in the day.
That Hoppin team that played in the Garden, that was good. That was interesting. That was fun. Back
They
then,
had a couple,
the NIT was bigger back then.
They had a couple home games. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Bob was rolling. Sold out.
Rolling. Jake, those were better times. Yeah. The NIT was a bigger deal.
It was a bigger deal.
Yeah.
It was a bigger deal.
You know
It
what?
was still it's still a consolation, but it was a bigger deal.
Well, guess what? You clinched a winning week. 3-1 in the week. Shut up, Sipple.
And I'll be here tomorrow. I wasn't going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to be here now. So
Yeah, that's
awesome.
nice.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Very melancholy.
Spillover is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Breathe easier inside your home with Bryant. Eliminate allergens and odors and control humidity too. For a breath of fresh air, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Join us on Saturday, March 16th for Taylor Swift Night at the Icebox. We'll be jamming to the best hits from Travis Kelce's Girlfriend all night, and you can be part of the fun too. The first 500 fans in attendance will receive a friendship bracelet, while the first 200 fans will get a Stars Taylor Swift themed poster. Are you ready for it? Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Old School with DP and J.
Do you think it's too early to talk about Patrick Mahomes as the greatest of all time? You know, to be honest with you, I think he might be ahead of the pace. It was definitely on pace, maybe ahead of the pace. I think right now everything that he does is going to get overblown, and I think people so quickly forgot the 20-year run of the Patriots. Not 5-6 years, 20-year run of Tom Brady and the Patriots.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Raph and AD with us on what has been just a hectic, busy 24 hours for Nebraska. Here's the thing, guys. You guys were here with us yesterday to end the show about the same time, 8:05, and
you guys.
We said, hey, we're looking forward to Nebraska basketball in the tournament. Looking forward to watching the Big Ten tournament tonight. And here we are 24 hours later, and the whole world has changed for Nebraska athletics. There was no signs of anything happening at this time yesterday.
Nope.
And wow, what a fast news cycle it is sometimes. Has it hit you guys yet? Have you collected your thoughts yet on all the Trev Alberts news?
You know, for me, it hasn't. You know, Trev is a former teammate, and Trev's a friend. And I know Trev is taking a beating right now from a lot of different angles. But I always say this, and I tweeted it yesterday, be slow to speak and quick to listen. Slow to speak and quick to listen. And there's a lot of things to where we don't know. And there's things that we do know. And quite honestly, there's things that I'm not going to share because that's for Trev to share, the powers that be that will share. Mm-hmm. In fact, I even texted Sip yesterday. Sip, you think it's got legs? Sip was like, yeah, I think it's got legs. Because all I was hearing, I'm sure, Sip, all that you were hearing was like, yeah, there's legs out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's legs out there.
Legs.
But here we are. Here we are, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know the reporter from Houston Chronicle. He's not crackpot. And he had in fact, in a line in that story, the initial story, that Trev was targeted, but it also said it's trending to Alberts. And then I just thought, okay, did things maybe come to a place where he had a decision to make yesterday? I think that's possible. But here's what I thought. If there was nothing to the initial report, Trev would have said immediately there's nothing to the report.
Exactly.
By 10 a.m., he would have had a statement that says, I'm not going anywhere. I don't know where this is coming from, however you want to word it.
You're right. Yeah, good point.
But he would have done that immediately. When that didn't happen, it was clear to me there was something going on. And then you wondered, okay, can they get him back? You know, but there's a lot.
Well, you're in the stages of grief yesterday. There's denial. There's anger.
Everything.
I don't know that
it had
there was. Seriously, there was. It felt
It
like
had
9:30, and then till 5 o'clock you heard nothing. So you went through all the stages of grief.
Oh, it was everything.
Anger, denial, trying to cope. It's crazy because I went through all myself.
Yeah, here's the thing.
There was like you had like the people coming out. You know, the tweets were hilarious yesterday. I mean, they're just like, Trev, if you stay, you know, we're gonna, you know, give you this or that, and please. And Texas doesn't have this restaurant. We have this restaurant.
There's no Runza in Texas, Trev. All right.
And then all of a sudden, it, you know, it makes it's official that he is going. And then it's like, you traitor, get out of this state. We never. And then, like, you know, 5 minutes ago, you're trying to get him to stay because we love you so much. I was just like, wow.
Oh yeah, that's a lot. Here, I mean, there's always a part of me in these things that says, come on, they'll get a good replacement. Everything will be fine. There's a part of me. Now, the other part is, we've seen miserable failure at the administrative level here. We've seen it. We've experienced it. I mean, Steve Peterson was an abject failure. Okay.
Yep. No way around that.
You can't say at this point, they'll get somebody good. It'll be fine. Because we've seen clear examples where it wasn't fine.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Eichhorst.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't fine. The hire of Mike Riley wasn't fine.
Nope. Huge mistake.
Those were botched. And the upper level administration failure, going back to Harvey Perlman, you can't just automatically assume they're going to get the right person in here and it's going to be fine. We've experienced the other side of it. So, yeah, I want to be optimistic, but man, I've seen bad administration at Nebraska and bad leadership at Nebraska.
It felt like Trev was on the verge of being a long-time person here. This is 2.5 years. You know, it felt, hey, things are steady. The programs are doing well. We got our guy for the long haul.
Don't stop. I don't know about that. I never saw it that way. I mean, I didn't think, but Jake, I didn't think it'd be 2.5 years.
Right. You thought longer than this.
Longer than that. But no, I did not necessarily envision Trev as a lifer because he's such an ambitious person. And we know that he's had designs on other positions.
Well,
so, no, I didn't look at it like, Trev will be here till he's 70. I'd never look at it like that.
5 to 10 years maybe, right?
Yeah.
10 years.
5
to 10. Let's go 5 to 10.
No one expected this.
Yes, this is shocking.
No,
everybody.
not 2.5.
I mean,
not 2.5.
Even internally, there were and there are long-term staffers who didn't see this coming at all.
I talked to them.
Nobody was aware of it.
No, there were people I talked to, long-time athletic department employees who were blindsided completely.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know what? Jake, you had a tweet.
Uh-oh.
No, I think it was good. You were talking about. You were talking about.
Let's go both ways here.
You're talking about Pollard. You know, from Iowa State.
I like Jamie Pollard's.
Jamie Pollard.
Yeah.
You know, it's Nebraska, and Sip, you think about this, and Raph, you think about this. Okay, so we have Bill Byrne. After Bill Byrne, who you got? You got Steve Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
After Steve Peterson, you got Coach Osborne for a while. Then you have Sean Eichhorst.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Bill Moose.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Trev Alberts.
Mm-hmm.
We have 6 ADs, y'all.
Yeah.
6.
No, this is a revolving door.
6 ADs. And we'll say it on the drive, but I think Coach Pettit, the former volleyball coach in Nebraska, had a very, very well-written, and I think it was something he wrote from the heart, on the heart of the issue.
What did he say?
He basically said it's a leadership. It's a leadership issue, man.
But from what standpoint?
I think
administration.
I think what Terry is saying. Well, okay, guys, let's just be honest. How do we not have a president almost 8 months?
That's the biggest question.
No, we don't know that.
How do you not have a president in almost 8 months?
Uh-huh.
And that's. I mean, let's be honest. That's disturbing. Because if you're working, Jake, if you're working, Raph, if you're working, you don't know who you're working for.
Right.
Do they see the same vision you see?
Correct.
Do they have the same outlook that you have? I mean, you think about this. We have a multi-million-dollar potential. Who knows where that's at right now? Stadium expansion going on. We just don't know. And then you look at the landscape of college sports right now. You need solid leadership.
Well, you think Trev was? Trev is of that mind.
Absolutely. It's like, who do I answer to?
Right.
Well, now
who's writing it off?
Right.
But now I'm wondering, how this is going to work. I mean, Chris Kaborik, I believe that's his name.
That's the interim president. Yep.
Okay, so he's the interim. So now he said he's going to start a search for a new AD. Well,
no,
really?
Like
you got to get a president.
The interim.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you got to get a president.
You've got to make a decision. I mean, if you're good, if he is going to be the president, remove the interim tag, at least give him a little bit of power to where he can go out and actually have an official search. But with him saying that yesterday, I'm sitting there going,
that's really weird.
Yeah, it's like
you got to have I think that common sense would dictate that you have to have a president in place before you hire an AD. The AD reports to the president. Yeah. I mean, unless they change that back to the AD reporting to the UNL chancellor, they could do that.
So you've reported on all 6 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about that. All 6.
All 6. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to ask you this. How important, how pivotal is this hire right here?
They're all pivotal.
But in particular, they're all pivotal. But I mean, right now.
God, it's now in
particular
because of the landscape of college athletics and the AD, the importance of an AD having a very strong day-to-day working knowledge of the shifting landscape, the legal aspects of it, and then how it affects the student athletes who are in your building every day. It's an incredibly difficult job, and absolutely you need a high level person in there. This is no longer, I just make the football coach the AD. I mean, it's not, it's not, it's too complicated.
John Cook,
and here's the issue. The issue is Trev was good at that stuff.
Yes, he was.
And that's why Texas A&M hired him. He had a great handle on it. He understood it at a very high level.
But people also saw that from Nebraska. That's why there's a lot of anger. Number one, you're a former Husker. Number two, we saw you were doing a good job. You were handling the job well.
You were doing a pretty good job. Yeah.
Pretty good job.
Yeah.
We'll pass over to the drive with Raf, AD, and Amon Green for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank making local decisions